Remained no secret last night. Back-to-back homers from the middle infield. Clutch hitting from a rookie sensation. It all topped off by a game-winning RBI to finish a sweep of the Giants. Tonight, Steven Strasburg toes the rubber. The Nats welcome in the Rockies and look to continue pounding on the NL West.
Washington Nationals baseball.
What does another sizzling night at the ballpark have in store for Nationals fans? It's the final 3 games before the All-Star break, excepting for Steven Strasburg, manager Davey Johnson. Congrats to Gio and to Ian. What a great honor for them, and what an honor it is for us to watch this ball club night after night. Now they're winning games the way they used to lose them. The Nats are pressuring other teams into making mistakes, and then you've got the offense from the middle infield.
Yeah, the middle infield's been great. I was going to say, if that was Strasburg right there with that jersey, they better shut him down right now. But you talk about the middle infield and the power they've had lately. I compare those guys to 2007. Jimmy Rollins hit 30 home runs for the Phillies that year. Chase Utley hit 22, so 52 home runs. They went on to win the division. You all know about 2008. They won the World Series. You have to be strong up the middle. I think with Bryce Harper in center field, the pitching staff, and Jesus Flores behind home plate, the middle infield, the Nats definitely strong up the middle.
It was a 4 o'clock game in Atlanta last Saturday, 6 days ago, where Steven Strasburg wilted in the heat, along with a bunch of us, I might add. Tonight, a little bit cooler, not much, but maybe he learned something about how to handle a stressful situation.
Well, the first thing he learned is to take an IV bag. He did that before the game today. So with the heat today, it's Steven Strasburg preparing for it. And I think when you talk about Atlanta last time, he had great stuff. Like I said, he was a little kid in Little League, getting all the hits, striking out the guys, and then hit the wall in the 3rd inning. And he went into the dugout, and he just didn't feel good. You could tell by his body language on the mound in Atlanta, and this is where he's telling Steve McCaddy, I'm okay. I'm ready to go pitch in Colorado again. I don't think he even knew where he was right there. So hopefully a better outing for Strasburg tonight with 67 pitches. I think he's going to be very, very strong tonight. Has the potential to do something very, very special.
Rockies have a very good hitting ball club, second in the league, but Ian Desmond, he's on fire. Everybody asking about Desmond now when the Rockies come to town. 10-game hitting streak, 425 over that time, 4 homers, 12 RBIs. He's roaring toward the All-Star game. Brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. and by Verizon Fios. Introducing Verizon Fios Quantum Speed Internet, twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. It's a sizzler. They're coming in the center field gates. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane comfort specialist dealer near you. It is hard to stop a train. It is 97 degrees. Fortunately, all week long, the humidity has been bearable. And the Nats take on a Colorado team that is struggling. Rockies tied with the Cubs. 31-51 for the worst record in the National League. Don't blame Carlos Gonzalez, this all-star, 6th in the league in hitting, 4th in homers, and 4th in runs batted in. He is a true young superstar in this league. Rockies are hitting .269. They're second in runs to St. Louis and batting average, and they lead the league with 99 home runs. So Steven Strasburg has his hands full with a good Colorado lineup tonight.
Yeah, last time out on June 30th at Atlanta, took the 7-5 loss in the hottest game in Nationals history. It was 104 degrees. He lasted just 3 innings, left with heat-related issues. Gave up 3 runs on 2 hits, struck out 4, walked 4, threw 67 pitches, 36 for strikes. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, mid-90s, curveball changes with the Rockies you'll see from Steven Strasburg. Let's set the defense for the Nationals behind the big right-hander. Moore, Harper, Morse in the outfield. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side, Espinosa LaRoche on the right side, and Jesus Flores doing the catching. So standard issue left-handed lineup for the Nationals tonight.
Third-ranked defense in the National League, and Tyler Moore gets the start in left. Looking forward to seeing him slugging in. 18 for his last 45.
And a big double off the bench last night to start that 9th inning rally.
Yeah, how about him and Mark DeRosa delivering extra base hits off the bench. The crew chief is a 25-year veteran. That is Jim Joyce. Mike DeMuro, 13th year at first base. The same for Jim Reynolds at second. And 5-year guy James Hoy, the umpire, at third. The Nats and the Rockies split 4 at Coors Field last week. And it was in Game 2 of that series, the day after Steven Strasburg lost to the Rockies, that the offense came alive. And that heart has been beating at full speed every moment since. Look at Dexter Fowler. What a big series he had. Leads the league in triples, hitting .285. First pitch of the game is right in there, and we're underway at 7:07. The Nats have won 4 straight and 7 of their last 9. And a breaking ball low and inside. Braves open up a series at Philly tonight. The Mets are home with the Cubs. We'll keep track of them. And the Marlins are at St. Louis, where Colorado just departed. Pop up, Ian Desmond. Good way to start on a routine out. Early game notes for you. So the Nats have had 9 hits or more every game for the last week and a half. Rockies are rocking the ball all over the house, too. And they are second in the National League, as I mentioned, in hitting. Michael Morse loves Colorado pitching. Of all guys with 50 at-bats or more, he's raking like nobody else. And here's Marco Scutaro. Last time he faced Steven Strasburg, it was scary. Took one off the helmet. But then he came back later in that series with a walk-off hit. Hitting .283. And this guy sees some good pitches with Carlos Gonzalez after him.
I think the one thing the Rockies are going to see tonight that they didn't see in Colorado from Steven Strasburg is a nasty curveball. Had a good curveball there, but as we talked about that whole series, they don't break at a mile high. They will break here tonight with the heat and the humidity. Good grip on the baseball. You saw the first one he threw. So they saw the good fastball, good change from Strasburg in Colorado. They did not see the hammer.
And as opposed to Atlanta, Stevens pitching in the shade tonight. That's huge. May not seem like a big consideration, but at 4 o'clock last Saturday in Georgia, it was brutal. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Scutaro couldn't catch up. So the Nats have their pitching set for the weekend for a possible great run into the All-Star break. Gonzalez is next. Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez, and Jordan Zimmerman in this series. He jams another hitter and gets a pop-up. Espinosa out, waves off Michael Morse. Each middle infielder has caught a pop fly, and it'll be a good matchup now, Strasburg and Gonzalez. These two have met for one at bat. And he has one career RBI against Steven.
And he was voted by the players to his first career All-Star game. He's going to participate in the Home Run Derby.
This guy is a young star in this league. He can play great defense. He can steal bases. He can hit for power. And he can hit for average. .298 career average coming into this season. And Strasburg pulls the string on that changeup. 89 away. It's a beauty. Strasburg's career record as he makes his 34th start is 15-7 with a 2.68. That start against the Rockies last week in Denver, his only career start against this club. And a little tapper that'll even the count 2-2.
And if my memory serves me correct, he had trouble picking up the changeup from Strasburg in Colorado. Got a big hit on a curveball in the 2-strike count, rolled over it between first and second, but first 2 times up against Strasburg did not pick up the changeup at all.
Yep. Wow. Everybody on the Nats wondering where that was.
98 miles an hour on the inner half. Jim Joyce, one of the best plate umpires, ball straight guys in baseball. And that ball was on the inner half. But I think it was off.
And if things keep on going, Michael Kadire, who had a base hit against Steven in Colorado last week. Todd Helton not in the lineup for the Rockies tonight. Tyler Colden's been swinging a hot bat at first base. Helton hasn't played much the last week or so. Pretty good battle now. Still going on, 3-2.
Hasn't thrown him that curveball yet. He's seen fastball, changeup. Did a nice job of fouling some tough pitches off. This will be pitch number 8 coming in a pretty good battle early in this game.
There's that changeup at 90. Strasburg gets the strikeout. And a 1-2-3. Top of the first. Looking to become a 10-game winner tonight. 10 of those in the strike zone. Now the Nats are coming up. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out our powerful lineup. Or if you want to, try to get these guys out. Michael Morse, 9 for 19 in that Colorado series. With 5 runs batted in 4 ball games, had a towering home run at Coors Field. The Nats are up to 8th in the league in hitting at 251. That's a season high. They're 9th in runs and 5th in home runs. And it was big news when Ubaldo Jimenez was traded away by the Rockies. But FP, they got something pretty special, it appears, in return.
Yeah, Drew Pomeranz, last time out July 1st against San Diego, received his 3rd loss of the season. But get this, he allowed 1 run, and it was unearned, and he lost the game. So he got an L without allowing an earned run. Only gave up 2 hits over 6 innings, struck out 1, walked 3. Fastball, curveball change. His fastball cut, so he doesn't really throw a cutter. His fastball just run in hard late to righties. It's hard to pick up, and he breaks a lot of bats.
That effort was against a light-hitting San Diego team. Let's see how he does against a heavy-hitting Washington ball club here. Danny Espinosa, 6 for his last 11. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 9 games. He's been good all season long from the right side. 329 starting the game. Lashes that one foul and quickly 0-2.
Is that the first time in your Nats career that you ever referred to them as a heavy-hitting team?
This year. I think they've got a pretty good week and a half track record now. There's Danny, hot lately.
And a big home run last night after Ian Desmond homered. Back-to-back homers from the middle infield got this crowd ignited. Probably the loudest crowd I've heard all season long. They were into it, fired up, cheering for things to happen. Just a great atmosphere, a great ball game at the Yard last night.
Ian Desmond getting headlines all over the place the way he's playing right now. He is 2nd in the league in extra base hits. Off speed, it's low and inside. Well, the count goes to 2-2.
He hit that home run last night, and Bryce Harper turned to Adam LaRoche on the bench and said, "We're going to win this game. You ready for it?" As soon as Desmond went deep.
And then Espinosa followed. And then, of course, Mark DeRosa got a big hit. Harper got a big hit. Later on, Tyler Moore and the guys. That was some come-from-behind effort, delighting nearly 30,000 Nats fans at the park last night. Here's a 2-2. Espinosa strikes out on a pitch well upstairs.
Let's set the defense for the Rockies behind Pomeranz tonight. Gonzalez, Fowler, Kadire in the outfield. Herrera, Pacheco on the left side. Scudero, Colvin on the right side. Will Nieves doing the catching.
There's one of our favorite guys all time who wore a Washington uniform, Will Nieves. I'll never forget his opposite field walk-off home run against the Cubs on a Friday night, right after the All-Star break a couple of years ago. He was the first right-handed batter to ever hit a ball into the right field bullpen here. It's a strike to Bryce Harper, who's now hit safely in 8 of his last 9 games with 5 RBIs.
Not just a strike, a loud strike. 95 miles an hour from Pomeranz.
Second night in a row, the Nationals face an outstanding pitcher from East Memphis, Tennessee. Matt Cain from Germantown. And then right next door to Germantown's a town called Collierville. And that is where Drew Pomeranz pitched before he went on to Ole Miss. And then eventually drafted by Cleveland.
5th overall in the same draft as Strasburg.
Breaking ball, and Will Nieves kind of a funny turn on that one.
But getting back to Harper last night, I mean, that's pretty heady for a 19-year-old to bench. To see a home run by Ian Desmond, and it cut down the lead, I believe, at 5-2 at that point.
Yep.
Turned to LaRoche and said, "We're going to win this game," and that's the feeling that's permeating in that Nationals dugout this year.
And at that time, Matt Cain was still pretty reasonable on his pitch count. He'd thrown about 90 pitches at that point, had the Nats down in the 7th inning. What a turnaround. You leave this place early, you're going to miss something. 1-2 to Harper. Up the middle to Hopper. Charged and then backhanded by Jonathan Herrera for the second out. That'll bring in Ryan Zimmerman, who's on an RBI tear. He's driven in 16 over his last 11 games. Didn't contribute last night, but they did intentionally walk him in the 9th inning to get to Michael Morse, showing Ryan great late game respect. You're going to see a lot of AVG vs COL on Nats stats tonight because they did such an amazing average versus Colorado hitting at Coors Field last week.
I'm glad you cleaned that up. You lost me at AV.
Well, I left out some of the punctuation, but you know where I'm going with that one.
When you lose a guy with initials for a name, you know you locked him up.
Do I have to call you F period P period?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess wrapping up that point I was trying to make about Bryce, you get on a ball club, you feel like you're going to win every single game. It doesn't matter how many runs you're behind. You get that feeling as a team. You just know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Zimmerman sawed off on that one. Tyler Colden puts it away. Early indications look like a good Strasburg-Pomerantz matchup tonight. Double. Call right now. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Crowd still coming in fashionably late on a Friday evening for the Nats and the Rockies.
There was a Green Line Metro derailment today. There was no injuries. It was by the West Hyattsville station, so people probably going to be late.
Slots, tables, and dining, the ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino. Charlestown races. Quality starts. A stat that sometimes we're skeptical of, but when you add all these together, 51, and that's getting it done as a staff. Strasburg facing Michael Kadire, who goes up first pitch swinging. Kadire 1 for 3 against Steven last week. No score early. Second inning. Braves at the Phillies. That's Tim Hudson and Kyle Kendrick tonight. Johan Santana going for the Mets. They're underway, and the Cubs have a run in New York. You know, I don't know if folks noticed it or not. Michael Kadire stepping in. Norfolk guy from right down the road. We had a little slice of September last night because the Mets walked off with 2 in the ninth, and about 5 minutes later the Nationals did it as well. Those are the kind of things that happen late in a pennant race. We got a taste of that in July last night. Strasburg's second strikeout, 4 in a row to start the game.
97-mile-an-hour fastball, and it looked like that one cut. If you saw how Jesus Flores caught this ball kind of going away from him, every once in a while Strasburg or throw that fastball, he'll pull it across and cut it. It's not intentional. It just kind of happens with an overthrow. Little yank across. That one worked nice.
Next up is Tyler Colvin. The Rockies scored 9 runs in a series at St. Louis. This man drove in 7 of them. Pops it straight up. Jesus Flores. Room, and he drops it. Then it hits the screen. Jesus looked a little bit uncomfortable on a one-handed basket catch. And I think they're going to give him an error. You can give an error on a ball when a runner does not reach base. Looked like it took him a while to find it.
Maybe he felt a little uncomfortable going by that stone back there, feeling that, and just kind of short-armed it, popped out, giving a very hot hitter another chance.
And that's Jesus Flores' first error of the year.
And it was a big error because on the scoreboard right now, they gave the Rockies a run.
Yeah, I was talking to our guy over the scoreboard the other day. They've had a couple of computer glitches up there that have thrown up some numbers that were unintended.
I mean, that's a tough error. Gave the Rockies a hit and a run for it.
Hopefully that'll be expunged pretty quickly. I hope there's no new fans seeing their first game in the ballpark tonight going, what? Look at this. That's heading for the second deck. Tyler Colvin cranking one out of here. And that's a home run that will go as an unearned run, believe it or not.
Well, maybe the scoreboard operators knew something we didn't.
They can leave it the same now. Tyler Colvin is on fire for the Rockies. That's his 12th homer and his 38th RBI.
Well, if you remember back to the series in Colorado, he was a triple shy of the cycle. Single, double home run, came up maybe a double shy of the cycle if I remember right. Triple, homer, single, came up his 4th time, singled again, had 4 hits.
Yeah.
And we were both saying to ourselves, why wasn't that guy in the lineup the first night of the series? But you see why now. Very short, compact swing. Rockies ahead 1-0.
And the other question that has to be asked, how can this guy not get any playing time with the Cubs? Hit only $150 in 80 games there last year. Something about being a Colorado Rocky to his liking.
Well, he made adjustments in his swing. His hands were farther back last year. He had a longer swing. And Carney Lansford and the Rockies have his hands a little bit more close to his back shoulder, to where it's all he's got to do is drop his hands on the baseball. His swing's much shorter. You saw a great example right there. And if there's kangaroo court for scoreboard operators, we're going to have to find him for putting that run up there before it was.
Bad karma?
Yeah, it's brutal.
2 balls, 1 strike. Serious jammage right there. Jordan Pacheco fouls it back. 0 for 2 with a walk against Strasburg last week. And the Rockies, by the way, have hit 100 home runs. First National League team to do that this year. With that mighty blast, the 7th given up by Strasburg this year. There are already 5 American League teams that have over 100. 3-2. Couple of long counts by Steven here early. Carney Lansford, good hitter. A's, Red Sox. Swing and a miss. 3 swinging strikeouts out of the last 4 hitters, 2 down.
Yeah, 96 mile an hour fastball this time. And watch that one cut too. So Strasburg throwing the fastballs away to righties. And maybe that one a little more straight than the one to Kadire, but still a good pitch.
Find out why the government is turning to STGinc.com. Before the All-Star break, most strikeouts in this organization. Bill Stoneman, Pedro, Javier Vazquez. A lot of good right-handers on that list. And Steven Strasburg now has 125. So that puts him past R.A. Dickey again for the league lead. Here's Will Nieves hitting .341. That's 120 points above his previous career batting average in parts of 8 years with the Padres, Yankees, Nationals, and Brewers. Spot duty, 14 games, 14 hits. So he's raised that career batting average by 6 points this season. He's going to step out. This inning's going way too fast for him.
He might have had some sweat on that top hand. He doesn't have a batting glove on his right hand. Davis stepped out and wiped his arm off, but it didn't work.
Nasty breaking ball in the dirt. How about a home run being an unearned run after an error on a foul pop? Strasburg, though, on his game tonight, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. By a 1-0 deficit. Their team's come back from a lot more than that lately. They're igniting their natitude, and so can you. Check out the midseason flex plan. Pick 3 games and a free new era ball cap coming your way. Go to nationals.com/flex to check it out. By the way, tonight, when the final out of this game is made, the 2012 season will be exactly halfway over. This is game number 81. So here's Michael Morse. It's still early May for him. Michael's had 123 at bats now, and he's hitting .285. Only one Nationals player has ever seen this picture before. Oh my gosh, that bat goes flying over the third base dugout. It hit an empty seat. Everybody okay as Michael Morse grounds out to second.
Well, that's the thing with Pomeranz. He's got a nasty little cutter. You can't pick it up until it's too late. Talking to some of the Rockies people today before the baseball game. Michael Morse checking to see if everybody's okay. They set the over-under on broken bats tonight at 8, and that's 2 so far. Right on the pine tar. Bat goes flying in the stands. Ball goes to second base. Ryan Zimmerman broke his bat to end the first, and Michael Morse here to start the second. He's a short-arm guy with good velocity. And as a hitter, you have a guy that has a little bit of funk to his windup. Check out the short arm right there.
Yeah.
It'll get on you. So that 93 probably acted more like an upper 90s fastball. First time around, as a hitter, you get a good look at it and say, wow, I really got to get my foot down early tonight because this guy's sneaky fast.
He threw 13 pitches, 9 strikes in the first inning. Throws that one by Adam LaRoche. And maybe the good news is, with this rotation thing the Rockies are doing these days, maybe you only have to deal with him for 5 innings or so. Mark DeRosa is the only National that's ever faced him. And he's not in the lineup tonight. And LaRoche will pop this one back. It'll get to the seats. Interesting game-winning RBI last night.
Yeah, a little ground ball, tailor-made double play. And a little bobble on the exchange with Brandon Crawford, Bryce Harper going nuts, Adam LaRoche going nuts. His son came up to him after the game and said, "Dad, you got lucky."
That's what families are for, to keep us accountable, keep us humble. That's great. That's a breaking ball and a good take by Adam LaRoche, and the count's even 2-2.
And you see the wheels turning right now from LaRoche. You've seen fastball, curveball, a pretty frisky fastball in the outer half, and as a hitter, you do your homework the first time up and figure them out the second time.
And he throws a fastball 93 by him. That's his second strikeout. And Pomerantz has retired the first 5 with an all-star walking toward the plate.
Yeah, there's that heater, 93 miles an hour, but you see that little hesitation at the top to where he gives you the long arm. It comes up by his ear. There's a little pause, and almost like a catcher throwing a second base, ball gets on you quick. It's slow, slow, slow. Then the arm gets to the ear, and it just, bam, on top of you.
Desmond is now second in the National League with extra base hits. Joey Votto has 48. Ian and Corey Hart of the Brewers, 41. Carlos Gonzalez right behind them. Inside the numbers with STGinc.com. At least a hit and an RBI in 16 games. That is some streak.
16 games in June. Since June 1st, stay hot, Ian Desmond. You're doing everything right. Clutch hits, making plays, home runs to get things going like last night.
Little tapper by the mound. Marco Scutaro waiting for it. And it's looking pretty easy so far for Drew Pomerantz. First time he's ever seen the Nats, and vice versa. Colvin home run. Strasburg out for his third inning. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros. And Christina with our sideline report. Good evening.
Good evening, Bob. Like you guys mentioned, Steven Strasburg did have an IV in preparation for this game. Fully recovered from what happened in Atlanta, but extra precaution. Did take an IV, and General Manager Mike Rizzo actually told me all starters this weekend will be having an IV. Gio Gonzalez and Jordan Zimmerman as well. And as far as the rest of the team, I sat down and talked to head trainer Lee Kuntz about what he's been doing to prepare for the guys. It's all about extra sodium and salt on your food, and not just hydrating, but overhydrating. If you're drinking to just thirst, then you're already behind the game. You got to keep it up. It's a constant push of hydration to the point where he said the players are kind of getting a little irritated with him, but it's a constant drink this water and drink this Gatorade and take your electrolytes.
Well, I overhydrated on the 4th, that's for sure.
Well, somebody's got to watch these young men. Their moms aren't in the clubhouse, and Lee Kuntz has to play parent from the health standpoint now and then, especially during weather like this. Jonathan Herrera is the shortstop, 245 hitter. Trying to drop one into right field, but Michael Morse got a good read on it and can't get there. The ball was in the air for a while, but Michael just not able to get close enough. Rockies have their second base hit.
A 4 o'clock start tomorrow. Forecasts say it's going to be 106 degrees. Maybe we get Christina an IV before tomorrow's game. Let's go back to the hit from Herrera. A changeup down and away just off the end of the bat. You say it's a game of inches, off the end, well placed, right between Morse and Espinoza. Rockies with a leadoff man on here in the third.
And that gives Pomerantz a chance to sacrifice. He has one this year. He's also 3 for 7 with a home run.
Well, that's my theory. Young pitchers haven't forgot how to hit yet. Guys that scream through the minor leagues, they get up to the big leagues quick. They don't get rusty. They still know how to rake. Jim Joyce going to give Jesus Flores a second to regroup after that foul tip got him. And I would think home plate umpires around the league know that Jesus Flores is going to protect them all night long, blocking every single ball, whether there's a runner on first base or not. So they're going to give him as much time as he needs.
Pomerantz squaring early, and then he's late on the bunt. No balls, 2 strikes. Now, as I mentioned, this guy can hack. Do they turn him loose with 2 strikes? He'll walk down toward third base coach Rich Dower.
Against mere mortals, yes. Against Steven Strasburg, I doubt it, but we'll see.
Steven constantly to the rosin bag to keep that pitching hand dry. He does sweat profusely and has to shake off the sweat now and then. Way outside to see if he could get the pitcher to lunge.
Wherever Drew Pomerantz goes in the box, he'll let you know if he's bunting. If he's up in the box, he's bunting. If he's back in the box, he's hitting. Look where he's at. He's in the front of the box. The reason why bunters get up there is it brings the foul lines back farther and allows the bunt to stay fair. Not that time, though.
And he bunts it right into the Nats dugout. Strikeout number 5 for Steven Strasburg.
In pretty good form. Good position, just too much fastball and not a strike. Tough to bunt balls, especially when they're at that speed.
Now Dexter Fowler, tough man to double up. He's grounded into 4 this year, and I guarantee you every one of them was at most a 2-hopper, sharply hit right at somebody. He popped up to short to start the game. Jonathan Herrera. Rockies are a good running team. Herrera 2 for 2. Doesn't get many opportunities when he bats at the bottom of the lineup. But the Rockies are 7th in the league with 56 stolen bases.
Yeah, Strasburg does a nice job of holding runners, whether it's a throw over or speeding up his delivery to the plate. Very aware of all things that he needs to be aware of to be successful, whether it's at the plate bunting, whether it's swinging the bat, keeping runners close, changing his tempo, mixing up pitches. He's a complete pitcher.
Short lead by Herrera. That's a perfectly placed 95 on the outside corner.
Perfectly placed to Strasburg in the Nationals. Not so much to Dexter Fowler. He turned around to Jim Joyce and said, I think that ball's down. He had a beef. Wow. Anytime a catcher's glove hits the ground, you very rarely see a strike called. That might be the first time I've seen it all year.
95 with sinkage. That's off the plate inside, 2-1.
That's one of those where if you're a hitter, you turn to the ump and say, he doesn't need any help.
That's a late swing and a foul tip. Steven has definite swing and miss stuff tonight.
Well, you thought he'd be fresh after last time out. Just 3 innings, 67 pitches, 36 for strikes. And he is. All 3 very, very good tonight. Changeup's good. Curveball's good. 2-seam fastballs hitting spots. 4-seam fastball. Same thing.
Rockies on top by a run on the Tyler Colvin home run. A runner aboard, 1 out, top of the 3rd, and a 2-2 pitch. Little tapper, only plays at first. Steven to LaRoche, and down to scoring position goes Jonathan Herrera. Tomorrow and Sunday will be the Harris Teeter Food Drive here at the ballpark. Bring non-perishable food items, and if you donate 2 or more, you'll receive 2 tickets to a select future home game. Donations benefit the Capital Area Food Bank. Some restrictions apply. 4 o'clock game tomorrow, 1:35 on Sunday, and do your best to help out those who need supplies and non-perishable food items at this time of the year during this scorching summer. Marco Scutaro is next. Popped up to second, first time up.
That might have been a cross-up right there. Jesus Flores thought that was going to be a fastball. Steven Strasburg dropped a first pitch changeup, so the first base runner to second base. That's when you start the sequencing. That's when you put down different sorts of signs and sets of signs to get to a pitch. Look at Flores. He thought that was a heater. It was a changeup. When you go fast to slow, that's fine. It's when you go slow and the catcher thinks slow is coming and you throw fast, that's when somebody get hurt. Other way around's fine.
And the fastball just misses. Right in there. Rockies are still without Troy Tulowitzki, who's been on the DL since May 31st with a strained left groin. They're 11-22 without him, and the Nats and Steven Strasburg just now getting to the part of the lineup where they would miss him the most. 1-2 with 2 outs.
You think with Scutaro up that Strasburg's even thinking about throwing anything on the inner half after what happened last time in Colorado?
Yep. A ball off the helmet, an effect on the pitcher as well as the hitter. Just glad Marco's okay. Good veteran guy, been around this game for a long time. And he serves that hook to the right side. Danny comes to get it on a short hop. That was close at first. Top of the 3rd is over. Lately, the Nats bats have been smoking. It's all Rockies right now, but the bottom of the order is straight ahead. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. A lot of good stuff in the newly remodeled Nationals team store here at the ballpark. No free scorebooks this weekend, but a lot of nice ball caps, jerseys, all kinds of other things.
But after the All-Star break, they're all free for the whole second half.
Just stop by and see F.P. Santangelo for your so-called free copy. He'll take care of the rest.
I'll sell mine. My used ones.
Moore, Flores, and Strasburg. "22 pitches, 12 strikes for Drew Pomeranz so far, making his 11th major league start. Tyler Moore just took the mask right off of Will Nieves.
Well, Nieves didn't even hesitate. All in one motion, mask off. He turned to Jim Joyce and asked for a new ball. Jim Joyce said, "Hey, I'll give you a second after that one. Let me dust off home plate. Give you a second for the stars to disappear." But it looks like Nieves is having a good time back there.
You know what? If Will Nieves ever handles Gio Gonzalez, it's going to be the most talkative battery in the history of baseball.
I mean, the mask came off and then he reached back all in one motion with a bare hand to ask for a new ball. Like, that's all you got, Tyler Moore? Give me a new ball. Let's keep going.
Manny Acta described him as a shortstop who happens to wear catcher's gear. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tyler, hitting .328. Target inner half. I was going to say better get it in there, but he goes upstairs 2-1. Pomeranz has given up 2 home runs in 31 innings so far. Opponents only came in hitting .248 against him. And that's inside, 3-1.
He's reminding me of a 6'5" Billy Wagner right now. Although the fastball is in the upper 90s or triple digits like Wagner, same kind of arm action. That little short arm delivery, and maybe at 6'5" it gets on you even faster than Wagner's 98.
And Tyler Moore had a good cut at 93 right there. Jesus Flores and then Steven Strasburg. 3 regulation hitters here in the bottom of the 3rd. When you count the way Steven's been swinging the bat with 9 hits this year.
Well, he's only hitting .375. Another good AB, another good battle. You see Strasburg waiting his turn. Lurking. Another good AB, another good battle from Tyler Moore.
Who is 18 for his last 45 since his recall June 7th. 3-2 pitch. And sometimes he'll go reaching for that outside fastball, and Pomeranz gets him his 3rd K. He has retired the first 7 Nats.
Yeah, 3-2 pitch, fastball, 93 miles an hour. On the outer half, that one stayed straight. Most of them have been cutting. Moore couldn't catch up. Pretty impressed so far with this young left-hander.
Jesus Flores over his last 7 games, 9 hits. He's got his average up to .240. They want to jam him here, and that's a perfectly placed fastball for the Rockies on the inside corner, just above bell high. That was a broken bat waiting to happen. Pomeranz was originally drafted in that strike 2 by the Texas Rangers in the 12th round 07, but he didn't sign, went to Ole Miss, pitched there for 3 years, about an hour from his hometown east of Memphis, and then he signed 5th overall by Cleveland 3 years later. Little tapper charged by Jordan Pacheco, and on an errant throw, it's off the glove of Tyler Colvin. They had plenty of time because it took Jesus forever to get out of the box. So first base is a little shop of horrors for Nats opponents here lately.
Yeah, 3rd broken bat of the game for Pomeranz, and Flores can't get out of the box because of the big swing, the broken bat. Pacheco thinking he's got lots of time. And throw runs up the line, but Tyler Colvin should have caught that baseball. I think they're going to give him the error.
They did. That'll be his third. Funny things keep happening to these Nationals to give them breaks. Strasburg with a perfect bunt, and Will Nieves to first base. 1-3 on the sacrifice. So the Rockies give the Nats a runner in scoring position, and we'll see what Washington can do with it now.
A good bunt by Strasburg right here. Just hit it in the dirt. If the first bounce is in the dirt right in front of the plate, doesn't matter who's running at first base. You're going to kill the baseball enough to get him there. You see the jump by Flores. He's going to get there easy. Will Nieves all the way out. Good throw to first base. And now it's up to Danny Espinosa to drive in the free base runner, Jesus Flores. I'm thinking about that play. I wonder if Tyler Colvin lost that ball in the shirt somewhere. And that was just odd. You usually don't see a big leaguer drop a baseball unless they lose it in the stands.
Yeah, even if he has to shift over to foul ground, that's a pretty routine play for a major league first baseman. Danny Espinosa is going to pop it up on the first pitch. So through 3, the Nats still don't have a hit. They strand their first base runner. Rockies on top, 1-0. At Cox.com. Our game summary, it's all about Drew Pomerantz right now. 24 strikes out of 34 pitches. Strasburg pretty sharp himself, but 49 to get through 3. And then after a dropped pop-up in foul ground, Tyler Colvin made the Nats pay.
Let's check out some K's from Steven Strasburg. His repertoire: fastball, curveball, change. First strikeout, changeup. Second strikeout, fastball. Third strikeout, fastball. And how about this hammer right there for the fourth strikeout? He's got 5th on a foul bunt from Drew Pomerantz. So 5 strikeouts so far from Steven Strasburg.
Tough hitters here in the 4th. 3, 4, 5. Carlos Gonzalez, Michael Kadair, and Tyler Colvin.
I mean, minus the pitch to Colvin, this is some of the best stuff I've seen from Strasburg this year.
Yeah, the other hit was right off the end of Herrera's bat, falling in front of Michael Morse. Nothing hard hit, really, other than that upper deck blast. And here's Gonzalez, who struck out swinging first time up on a changeup. So Carlos 1 for 4 so far in his career against the Nats right-hander. Cubs scored early. The Mets tied it up. It's the top of the 3rd at New York, Chicago, and the Mets 1-1. And no score, bottom of the 4th at Philly. Good pitching matchup. Tim Hudson and Kyle Kendrick. Nothing happening there. Ricky Nolasco for the Marlins in about 15 minutes at St. Louis.
Well, this is a very interesting at-bat to see right here. Strasburg has had his way with Gonzalez with the changeup. A .336 hitter coming in tonight's game. Let's see if he makes the adjustments. Took a first pitch change. That one was a heater. But guys don't hit 336 by mistake. They make adjustments.
Target well in. Strasburg missed the spot. Got it over the plate, but it must have been low.
Inner half has been closed all night to lefties.
Kinetic North America pitch track. How close was it? Could have been called a strike.
It's a good pitch.
Kinetic North America providing world-class technology and responsive solutions to our government customers. James Hoy says no swing. It goes 3-1.
Did he go? That was pretty close. That could have went either way. But if Bryce Harper went last night, that's a home run swing.
Outside. Rockies had their leadoff man for the second consecutive inning. Steven Strasburg's first walk of the night. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Even sounds cold. Here's Michael Kadire, who struck out swinging. First time up. All year long, the Nationals pitching staff has had the best ERA in Major League Baseball. But right now, starting tonight, Steve McCatty's squad 0.02 of a run per game ahead of the Dodgers.
And Gio looks concerned about that.
His turn tomorrow, and he will be bringing a 3.01 ERA into the game, but an opponent's batting average of only .95 as he hangs with Drew Storen.
He just said, "Hey Drew, do you know that we're only 0.02 of a point in front of the Dodgers in ERA?"
And Drew said, "I'll take care of that when I get back, big boy." Slow roller Zimmerman looked to second, throws to first on the run for the out. Carlos Gonzalez speedy on the bases, so the Rockies get a runner to scoring position with one down.
Well, this is the play you see every night, at least once. Ryan Zimmerman on the run. He likes to play the game at third base on the run. Throwing sidearm right on the money. Perfect throw.
One out, and look out. Tyler Colvin, first base open. With the likes of Jordan Pacheco and Will Nieves next, you don't have to throw this guy a fastball in the strike zone. Strasburg goes first pitch changeup and misses away.
Yeah, I don't think he'll give in right here to Colvin, but getting back to Ryan Zimmerman at third base, there's been some shortstops in the history of our game that like to play the game on the run. You know, Tony Fernandez comes to mind, guys that like to field everything off the left and throw off the right. And Ryan Zimmerman plays third base like a shortstop.
95, that's a beauty, tailing away at the knees. Well, Ryan did play some short at UVA. Great athlete, defensive whiz. Same infield with Mark Reynolds down there in Charlottesville. So he gave him one fastball. That's another off-speed pitch, and now Strasburg has Colvin 0-2 or 1-2, and he knew what to do with that fastball.
Well, he was looking in there. He had to be. That's where Strasburg wanted the pitch. That's where Colvin wanted the pitch. Colvin wins.
He is a 26-year-old outfielder from Augusta, Georgia, who played at Clemson for 3 years. Came over from the Cubs December 8th in a trade for Ian Stewart. Low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And to be honest about it, neither Stewart with the Rockies nor Colvin with the Cubs had impressed their ball clubs enough to want to hang on to him. And right now the Rockies have the better of that deal. Big lead, swinging a foul, and for a moment I thought Carlos Gonzalez was stealing third. By the time that ball was delivered, Carlos Gonzalez was nearly, well, I don't know if he was halfway to third, but he was more than a third of the way there. Came dancing way off the bag.
And look where Tyler Colvin's hands are and how close they are to his ear, maybe his back shoulder. Last year his right arm was fully bent back, straight back, his bat farther from the plate. That's the adjustment he's made this year compared to last year. So maybe you take that lead arm and you straighten it right out, and the bat's farther away from the strike zone. This year he's bent that right arm, and his hands are right there, and it's all he has to do is drop the barrel to the baseball. That's been the adjustment he's made, and it makes for a much quicker swing. See how relaxed he is, how much closer his hands are to the plate.
3-2 now. Inside the numbers, stginc.com. The government turns to them, and when he has 2 strikes, Strasburg only throws the fastball half the time. Why not when you've got the great changeup or a curve to a right-hander? In this case, changeup to lefty, we'll see.
Well, you see that graphic right there. That doesn't help me as a hitter. He throws the fastball 50% of the time. He throws off speed 50% of the time. So I have no idea what to look for as a hitter.
So Colvin, maybe with the off speed in the back of his mind, late for the fastball there. But, I mean, you've got to be set up for the number 1 or it's by you.
Oh, absolutely. But when you have a guy with 3+ pitches and he's throwing them all for strikes, I mean, it's just to hang with him. You got to do whatever you can as a major league hitter to get the bat on the ball. And if you have a one-hit night in those nights against that guy, you had a great one.
Colvin hits this ball well to right center. And that skips off the top of the wall and out of here. Tyler Colvin has now driven in 10 of Colorado's last 12 runs. Colvin 3, Washington nothing. Unbelievable what he's doing. Looked like it might have hit that strip right on top of the scoreboard and skipped into the seats.
A changeup, and watch him catch it out front, just staying through that ball. A little off balance, a one-handed swing. But as we've seen this whole homestand, when it's warm, that's where the ball goes. With first base open, Strasburg gives Colvin a pitch to hit and pays the price.
Wow. 3rd career multi-hit homer game for Tyler Colvin.
But when you're that white hot, you hit every single pitch. It doesn't matter what you're seeing. The game is slowing down for him. He's seeing the ball big, and it doesn't matter what you throw him. He probably doesn't even know what he hit right now in the dugout. Guys ask you, hot hitter? I don't know. Maybe a strike? That's all he knows. I mean, obviously a little extended, so he probably knows that it was a changeup, but you see where this one went? Just got out of the ballpark. Inches away from staying in.
Left side, Zimmerman cuts it off, turns and throws, and LaRoche grabs it. Ball came up on him, and he swiped it out of midair. 2 outs.
That was something. You talk about staying with the play, a little chuckle from LaRoche at first base. Ryan Zimmerman saying, thank you very much, Adam Cool. And you have to be cool to make this play. Watch this. Bam. Oh, I don't have it. Now I do. Bam. That is something. I mean, you talk about the presence at first base offensively, but look at that. And it looked like Pacheco might have slowed down right as he saw the ball bobble. Ryan Zimmerman saying, thank you very much.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Desmond backs up for this 2-hopper. Adam LaRoche, a lot easier time with that. Tyler Colvin has struck again. His 2nd homer against Strasburg. Teddy was in it early. This is moments ago, the Geico President's Race. Look at number 16 with the kick and the finish. It's Abe. Honestly, it's Abe. Boys' night out at the ballpark. Come on, guys. How about some runs? How about a couple of hits to start with?
Turn those hats around.
Curly W's all over the place. Future leaders of America right there. Harper, Zimmerman, and Morse coming up, bottom of the fourth.
And Matt's still looking for their first base hit of the game.
And how about this guy's pitch count? 34 pitches to get 9 outs, 24 strikes. And the only base runner on a muffed throw at first on a routine play.
Well, I think you could cut Tyler Colvin a little bit of slack on that play.
he giveth the Rockies much more than his glove taketh away. Bryce Harper bounced out to short first time. Target away. Fastball up and away.
You could just tell by the way Bryce Harper's taking pitches now. His lower half is calm, his foot is down early, and his front side's not leaking, but he's locked in.
That ball is popped up to center. Out is the shortstop, and it falls in front of Dexter Fowler. What a way for the Nats to get their first base hit. They were playing deep. It was in the air for a while.
Yeah, being fooled in center field's one thing, but giving up on a baseball is another thing. And if you watch Dexter Fowler right here, I don't know. Bryce Harper with a big swing, and you're thinking, okay, power guy, he got it. But then just how he gave up at the end right there is probably not the best effort that Dexter Fowler's ever given on a fly ball. That was in the air a long time.
This is the second worst defensive team in the league. The Giants have made 65 errors, the Rockies 64.
And there goes the no-hitter.
In strange fashion. Mets, by the way, have made 63 errors. They've just taken a 2-1 lead over the Cubs. And here's Ryan Zimmerman now. You've got Zimmerman and Morse, the next two hitters. And Ryan will take that ball in the inside corner. He popped it up to Tyler Colvin, first time up. Well, the Nats have been striking quickly with offense lately. Give them an opening. They've been hurting teams. It's on a play to the right side.
When you watch a ball club like the Nationals, it's 16 games over 500. They play the game hard every single night. When you see a play like that by Dexter Fowler, well, for us, we haven't seen that this year, so it really stands out. I mean, obviously he was fooled on the play, but to give up on that baseball when his pitcher has been pitching so well in this baseball game.
I'll go ahead and say it. He had a no-hitter going.
Well, he had a no-hitter going, but it's the big leagues. That play has to be made, or at least a better effort.
Agreed. Inside to Zimmerman, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So another big bat, and then Adam LaRoche as the Nats try to get on the board here in the 4th inning. Long way to go has taken on a whole new meaning in this ballpark with this offense lately. Ryan just a click late from drilling that ball to right field. Drew Pomerantz, just 23 years of age. Enlist him at 6'5", 240. Actually didn't even pitch the year the Indians signed him. Signed kind of late. Didn't pitch competitively in 2010. Zimmerman hits one with overspin. Pacheco, Scudero. Ryan gets down the line to prevent the double play.
Bryce Harper just went to second base the way you're supposed to break up a double play. He'll be getting some high fives in the dugout for that effort, because that's playing the game the right way. A good clean slide trying to go get Marco Scudero. This is in with an in-between hop. Nice glove play by Pacheco. Got the in-between hop. Wow. And there goes Bryce Harper into second base, folks, and that's the way you play the game. Go in hard, try to make some contact. Good hustle by Zimmerman on the back end.
Beautifully illustrated on the Exmo. Here's Michael Morse with a man aboard. Fastball sizzles in there, 94. Michael busted his bat first time on a ground ball to second base.
One of these days on an Exmo replay, I'm going to talk like I had a tranquilizer dart shot into my throat.
Don't give anybody up here any ideas. That's another inside corner. Jam the heck out of a hitter fastball. 0-2 now.
Well, I think game plan if you're Nationals right now, the cutter's cutting, it's a tough pitch, but if you look in there, it's a very dangerous plan. Maybe look for something out over the plate. If he tries something away, go the other way. But anybody with a good cutter, especially a left-hander, if you look in there, you fall into the trap, and that's about all you can do with it. You can pull it foul. But it's so hard, especially when it's mid-90s, to get your hands inside the baseball and get the barrel to it. Al Leiter comes to mind, facing him a bunch of times. You look for that cutter in, you fall right into the trap. The only thing you can do is pull 2 balls foul past your third base coach. And if you're lucky, maybe break a bat with a ground ball to short. But not every single pitch, the whole sequence is going to be a cut fastball and going to be on the inside half.
Target's right down the middle. I think Willie Avis is just setting down the middle and then trusting the stuff of his pitcher to bore in on the right-handed batter. That is one of the most active catchers you will ever see. Maybe one game in this series, he and Solano will be on either side.
Well, then you have to get an IV bag set up right at home plate with a hanger and everything. Just hook them up.
1-2 with 1 out. Michael Morse can't reach it, up and away. Strikeout number 4. And Drew Pomeranz is shutting down a very productive offense right now. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. Lowest run support in the first 10 starts of rookies. Greg Harris was a right-hander for Texas back in the 80s. And he was with the Rockies, of course, for a while. Kent Bottenfield. Mike Harkey.
Expo and a Cardinal. Well, he's got his 3 runs. That's all he's getting, according to that graphic.
And then Adam LaRoche on the first pitch pops it up. Herrera goes hustling out to center. So the Nats pick up a blue pit. They've stranded their only 2 runners. Drew Pomeranz in control right now. Behind him, last row, left field bleachers out there up near the plaza. And the Rockies on top, 2 Tyler Colvin home runs. For solutions that help you achieve your financial goals, PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Zach Duke achieving greatly now. Look at that, 10-3 in his last 17 games. First 10-game winner in the system. And usually, if you're not a guy like Zach Duke, you're a young pitcher. That gets you a call-up somewhere, a promotion. Trying to drag the ball for a base hit, Jonathan Herrera. Foul ball, 5th inning underway.
Guys that have already been in the big leagues, you can't say they're ready, call them up. Zach Duke has got serious resume. He's a guy that's getting it done at AAA. That's not easy to do when you've spent so much time at the big league level, but it's also nice to see.
Davey Johnson made an interesting comment about that sort of thing today. He was talking about pitchers at AAA and then coming to the big leagues, and he thinks the stress on a pitcher is about 20% more at the big league level than it is throwing AAA baseball. What would add up to that, FP?
Well, the bright lights and having to perform. And when winning is everything, it's not just about your numbers at the big league level. It's about the responsibility to 24 other guys. I mean, you like to win at the minor league level, and the Nationals do a nice job of stressing that. But there's a lot more pressure when you're pitching in the big leagues every single night for obvious reasons.
Jonathan Herrera is 2 for 2. So Colvin has 2 home runs and Herrera has their 2 other hits. And that gives Drew Pomerantz another chance to sacrifice, which he couldn't do first time when he bunted the ball foul a couple of times to strike out. Strasburg 70 pitches, 46 strikes to start the inning. And now his 5th pitch of this frame. And Pomerantz was reaching for it and couldn't get to it.
Well, maybe you stay away from Pomerantz because that's where he stayed last time. He couldn't bunt those. Strasburg with a fastball away and get strike 1.
Wearing number 13.
It's been lucky for him so far tonight.
Lays that one down, deadens it perfectly. Strasburg to Espinoza. 1-4 on the sacrifice. Fowler, Scutaro now, the next 2 hitters. Rockies have 2 shots to make it 4-0. Nats will face Jeff Francis tomorrow night behind Gio Gonzalez. A couple of lefties. And then on Sunday, Jordan Zimmerman and Jeremy Guthrie, the right-handers. Guthrie has pitched here before as an Oriole. Dexter Fowler's popped up to short and bounced back to the pitcher.
Yeah, like I said, 106 tomorrow for a 4 o'clock start. 100 with a chance of thunderstorms on Sunday, so it'll be muggy.
Camera day at the ballpark tomorrow. Nats will be on the field at 1:30.
1:30 to 1:32 they'll be on the field.
Catch them while you can. They'll be sprinting. Bring along your anti-blurring software. Two balls, no strikes. Left side, slicing foul and unreachable. While we're on that subject, Saturday, the Nats and the Rockies at 4:05. Join the players from 1:30 to 2:45. They'll be going around the field in shifts, a couple at a time. Nationals.com/tickets. You must have a ticket for the game to be on the field at 1:30. Some restrictions apply. Bring your camera, and it'll be a lot of fun. We enjoyed our stroll around the field last year, visiting with folks.
We did, but it wasn't 106.
We'll be tomorrow.
We'll be out there.
Have any white shirts we can wear? We want to reflect the heat, not absorb it. Pretty sure I have a white one with a curly W on it somewhere. And maybe we can wear our old-time broadcaster hats from last night. That might help.
I'm just going to wear my bathing suit. Turn the sprinklers on. We'll all be good.
That's a disturbing visual. Breaking ball, bounced foul right side. Dexter Fowler. And the league's second most productive offense. The Rockies have scored 406 runs. St. Louis 416. With 2 homers tonight, the Rocks are over 100 with 101, most in the league. So they've done some power hitting tonight, at least one guy has, away from Coors Field.
That's the first guy ever to have a multiple home run game against Steven Strasburg.
Much less his first 2 at bats. How about that?
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. That ball slammed off the limestone behind home plate and lands out by the pitcher's mound.
I'll bet you Strasburg wants to use that ball because it's got some kind of divot in it.
Oh, it's probably got a dent.
Probably make that thing do some things. And pitch count up there, 83 right now for Strasburg. He's having some kind of wrestle right now with Dexter Fowler.
Yeah, he's gone 16, 16, 17, and 21 pitches in his first 4 full innings. And another 13 here in the 5th with 1 out. Stevens lost 2 consecutive starts. At Colorado, at Atlanta. He was 9-1 at one point. And a 2-2 pitch coming. Fowler late. And some of these Rockies have been able to foul off some pitches.
And Carp, we talked about it last night for Steven Strasburg. Big inning right now. Keep his team down by 3 runs. Drew Pomeranz looks good right now, but the 75 pitch count that the Rockies have with their 4 starters, you get into that bullpen, you never know. Hot night, ball carrying, hot offense. They're running into a pretty good pitcher so far. But keep that deficit right there. Keep your team in the game, and you got a chance. And Ross Detwiler did a nice job last night of wiggling out of jams. The bullpen did a nice job of keeping that game within reach, and you saw what happened. And when you're a good ball club, you think you're in every single game.
Five strikeouts to the first 9 hitters. No strikeouts to the next 9. Drew Pomeranz has only thrown 47 pitches in 4 innings. 2-2 pitch. Lifted to right center. Michael Moore stalking it. Got a late start. That ball drops in. So we've seen some bloops fall in on both sides tonight. And the Rockies have runners at first and third with 1 out. Getting to twilight time here at 8:28 local.
Michael Moore's got a good jump on this. It just was off the end of the bat. Change up from Steven Strasburg. That's the second time that's happened to it tonight. Jonathan Herrera did it. And now Dexter Fowler does it. And Strasburg frustrated. He made a good pitch, and that's the second time a blue hit has landed in between Danny Espinosa and Michael Morse.
Yeah, almost a carbon copy of the leadoff Herrera bloop. Back in the third. Here's Marco Scutaro. Good contact guy. Rockies have a speed merchant at third base. Up 3-0. You normally don't squeeze a run home, but Scutaro is a guy who can really handle the bat and knows how to stay out of a double play.
Yeah, I just don't think you hit and run. Maybe Jim Tracy gets a little frisky right here, but Steven Strasburg with so much swing and miss stuff, he's not the kind of pitcher that you'd put on a hit and run with. I mean, you can lay down a bunt, and it's a lot easier to put on that hit and run with a 3-run lead. But on a guy with plus stuff, all 3 pitches for strikes, you just play it straight. And I think that's the one thing that will haunt Steven Strasburg his whole career. We've talked about this before. He has trouble pitching to contact because his stuff is so good.
Yeah.
It's not his fault that he gets swing and misses and gets to 0-2 counts, and guys can't put the ball in play and foul stuff off. So the pitch count, I think, is always going to be high.
Scutaro, there's a double play ball. Desmond Espinosa, and the Nats turn the 6-4-3. Steven Strasburg's biggest pitch of the night. Rockies were on the verge of maybe taking a 4-run lead, and the Nats keep it 3-zip. Desmond Moore and Flores coming up. This day in history from Ocean City, Maryland. OCOcean.com. Click on Summer of Thanks, special deals and discounts. The '83 All-Star Game was the 50th anniversary of the first All-Star Game. It was at Comiskey Park in Chicago. Fred Lynn hit the first ever grand slam, and the American League went on to a 13-3 romp.
That was off of Atlee Hammaker, San Francisco Giant.
Yeah, he had a rough outing in that game, and some thought that he never recovered from that season. Remember that?
Yes.
He got hit hard.
You are correct, sir.
Gary Carter was in that game, catching, representing the Expos. Al Oliver, Andre Dawson, and Tim Raines were all starters from the Montreal Ball Club. How about that?
Wow.
Ian Desmond in the air to center. He knows he didn't get it. Dexter Fowler will. First out, bottom of the fifth, and Drew Pomerantz continues to mow down the Nats. The managers in that game were Whitey Herzog of St. Louis and Harvey Keene, whose Harvey Wallbangers had gone to the series the previous year. So a nice moment for the American League, but it's going to be a different story Tuesday, boys. National League's on a bit of a roll. Tyler Moore, swinging strikeout first time. That ball off the end of his bat and out of play.
I saw on Twitter today where somebody from the Marlins said Giancarlo Stanton is going to play in the game and participate in the home run derby. And I really don't care if he plays in the game. I just want to see him hit taters.
And then exhaust himself for the 4-game series when the Nats come to Miami on what, Thursday?
Well, he's got that
Friday?
he's got that bad knee working right now. He probably could use the rest, but I just want to see how far he can hit a baseball in the home run derby.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that guy in batting practice,
it's a little scary.
It's McGuire-esque.
In the air to left. Herrera out, Gonzalez in. Shortstop will make the call. And it looks like Jonathan Herrera took it a little personally that ball fell in last inning. He's going to go out and call and catch anything he can reach.
That's a good point. You can see the aggressive nature. The good communication with Carlos Gonzalez, took charge of the situation, made the play. That's a simple play. It's a play that's made all the time. But, you know, this time of night, twilight, sometimes the lights don't take effect. And you see him put the right hand in the air. You have to use hand signals on the road in the big leagues because I got it, I got it, I got it doesn't work. You can't hear it. In the visitors' ballpark, the crowd will cheer on a pop-up. to try to get you not to be able to communicate. So you'll tell guys, if I put my hand in the air, that means that's the same as I got it.
One thing the Nats have not been able to do tonight is really extend Pomerantz into any long innings. Strasburg is next if Flores can reach. He threw 13 pitches first inning, then 9, then 12, then 13, and he is on cruise control right now with the opposing pitcher on deck and a 3-0 fifth inning lead. Target is in. I mean, even on 2-0, Will Nieves isn't setting up right down the middle. And the Nats right now will take a base runner any way they can get it. And if Strasburg gets up there to bat, he can wail away and try to make it 3-2. Pomerantz hasn't walked anybody until now. Jesus Flores on for the second time. He was the batter on that error back in the third, and here's Steven Strasburg.
And if you're wondering if heat might be a factor with the Rockies when the Nationals were in Colorado, it was triple digits the whole series. And the Rockies just came from St. Louis, where it's triple digits as well. And I think the heat was definitely a factor with the Giants. They were all talking about it. And you saw a couple pitchers wilt in it.
And if they were talking about it, that means it was already in their heads.
Yep.
And that's ball one, and Will Nieves will visit Drew Pomerantz just to maybe give him a rookie breather, slow things down here a bit. Will's been around for a long time and has always been a pretty good handler of pitchers.
But Steven Strasburg, we've seen him hit this year. The average at 375 right now. Sack bunt his first time up. But he likes the ball away from him. The home run he hit was on an off-speed pitch from a lefty. I think it was Chen. He pulled it out to left field. But with all these cutters, he's still looking for something away. And they're going to pound him in.
Doesn't get the call. Pomerantz goes 2-0.
And this is where you probably should take a strike if you're Steven Strasburg. That's 6 straight balls from Pomerantz. Don't help him out.
Nissan's 4th of July sales have been hurry. It ends July 9th. 2-1 now.
Well, now it's all systems go. You got him back in the strike zone. Time to hit.
Cubs have taken a 5-2 lead in the 5th inning at New York. Reed Johnson and Anthony Rizzo have homered. Young Mr. Rizzo, his 4th. Strike call, even though Strasburg jumps back, and the count's even 2-2.
That pitch looked inside. What does pitch track have to say? Pitch track thought it was way in. So did Strasburg.
And a 2-2 is a foul tip. Nieves holds on. The Nats are gone in the 5th. So they've been shut down on 1 hit on the banks of the Anacostia. On to the 6th. 3-0 Colorado. Washington shut down on 1 hit and 1 walk so far. Ignite your attitude with a midseason flex plan. You get a new free era ball cap when you pick out 3 games to attend. Go to nationals.com/flex. Now, it's a minimum 2 plans, a cap, 1 cap per plan, and some restrictions apply. Tonight, the halfway point for the Nats, game number 81. So Steven Strasburg, 89 pitches, 61 strikes, trying to keep this close with the top of the order coming up. So this becomes a very important top of the 6th. Also because he's facing Gonzalez, Kadire, and Colvin.
Well, I still think the key in this baseball game, keep it right where it's at.
Find a way.
And find a way to get Drew Pomeranz to 75 pitches.
Well, it could happen next inning. He's at 61.
There's Coach Worth on the left.
Quality control. They're going to need to activate him soon. He's probably driving everybody crazy, wanting to get back out there, and that's a good thing. Name one team in baseball that'll add 2 players to their roster better than Drew Storen and Jason Worth in the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
And not have to give up anything.
Drew Storen went to Potomac last night, pitched an inning, threw 8 pitches. He said he felt great today. He was supposed to throw 25 pitches, but he went 1, 2, 3. The first guy popped up on a first pitch. I think he got a ground ball in a 2-2 count from the next guy. Got the third guy out, then went into the bullpen and threw his last 17 pitches.
Nice.
But he said he woke up this morning, felt great.
That's always the thing guys are concerned about. So if you're a minor league guy and you want to get a rehabbing major league pitcher out of the game quick, swing at the first pitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, unless
they bring him out for another frame.
Unless that keeps him in longer.
There's a little flare to left, and Carlos Gonzalez has a base hit. Rockies 6 hits in the ball game now, and Gonzalez on for the second time. Walked earlier and scored ahead of the Tyler Colvin home run.
A 96-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, off the handle, a little below the sweet spot. Perfectly placed once again by the Rockies.
Michael Kadire has struck out and grounded out. He's grounded into more double plays than any Rocky, 10.
Well, with Babe Colvin on deck, he could definitely use a ground ball right here.
Yep.
There's the guy that's done all the damage. Tyler Colvin, 2 for 2, 2 home runs. Jonathan Herrera having a nice night with a couple of singles. Carlos Gonzalez, 1 for 2, walked, struck out. But it's been all about that guy, Tyler Colvin. He is on fire. And I think it all started when the Nationals were in Colorado with that big 4-hit day he had on getaway day.
Yeah, there were a bunch of hitters who got well in that 4-game series. John Baker has just homered for the Cubs, and now they have a 4-run 5th inning at New York, leading 6-2. Good breaking ball by Strasburg. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes on Michael Kadire.
Carlos Gonzalez with 10 stolen bases is looking like he's showing interest right now in getting number 11.
Yeah, he's 10 of 11. He's not going anywhere on a strikeout. That is Steven Strasburg's first strikeout without a bunt since the 2nd inning. 6 on the night. Here comes the Babe. He went upper tank first time.
And a fastball up and in, that is just a beautiful swing. Short and compact, right to a 95-plus heater. Then he got a changeup his last time up. And look at all the fun they're having right there. Jason Giambi on the top step. My money's on a curveball his 3rd time up. He's going to see a few.
And by the way, you might have noticed right after contact, one hand flew off the bat.
There's one.
And Steven does a nice job on the side door for a strike. So Colvin now 13 home runs on the year, 30 Now 40 RBIs. He's gone from 37 to 40. And again, the Rockies in their last 4 games have scored 12 runs. He's driven in 10. So the CR on the helmet stands for Colvin RBIs right now. As hot as any hitter in the league this week. There's the fastball. 95 on the inner half. 1-2 now.
Sometimes the best pitch to a guy that's already hit a home run is the same pitch he hit the home run on. For one reason, he's not looking for it. Tyler Colvin taking a fastball in the inner half right there at a 1-1 count. That'll tell you he's looking for a curveball again. He's thinking like we're thinking, sitting on a hammer.
Pitch number 100 is a breaking ball with the runner going. Fouled off.
Pretty good jump right there by Cargo. Got a walking lead, just rolled right into it, had his momentum going, and Strasburg picked up his foot. Strasburg very quick to the plate, tough to steal off of. But it looks like Gonzalez found some kind of rhythm pattern with Steven. Timed him up and left right before he picked his foot up. That was a great jump.
One ball and 2 strikes. Target is in. And Colvin is 3 for 3. Strasburg tried to get a fastball by him on the inner half. And some early career ownage right here.
Just a great 2-strike adjustment by Colvin. Got a fastball in the inner half, didn't try to pull it, stayed inside of it, said, you know, I got 2 strikes on me, I'll take a little out of my swing and try to put the barrel on the baseball. Inner half pitch, hands inside, fights it off the other way for his 3rd hit of the night. This time just a lousy single.
Rockies have flared in 3 or 4 hits tonight. Still only 1 out. And here's Jordan Pacheco, the 3rd baseman. He has struck out and bounced out to Zimmerman. Pitch count is over 100 now. And this could be it for Steven Strasburg, who's gone 6 innings 12 times this year. But he's gone beyond 6 only 4 times.
Yeah, phone just rang in the bullpen. Jim Lett answered it. Tom Gorzolani got up.
That ball was hanging a bit, and it's blooped to center. Look at this. And the bases were going to be loaded. Well, now the runners return. For a moment, it looked like Gonzalez was coming home. Bryce Harper got rid of it in a hurry, and 3 singles loaded up for the Rockies here. Steven Strasburg is pitching to some horrible luck tonight.
Well, you could say horrible luck. You could say nice hitting by the Rockies, and I think it's a combination of both. When you have a strikeout pitcher out there and you're putting balls in play, good things happen. And you've seen Strasburg with all the double-digit strikeout performances this year. And I think the Rockies are doing a nice job of putting the ball in play.
Here comes Steve McCatty.
I mean, because it's something that other teams haven't done. Yeah. So just by the mere fact that they're putting balls in play, you can say it's luck, you can say it's bad luck for Strasburg, but they're doing a nice job offensively of putting whatever part of the bat, and for the most part, minus Tyler Colvin, it's been the end of the bat on the baseball. That's more than a lot of teams have done against the big right-hander this year.
Strasburg's last 3 starts, 6 hits, 3 runs at Colorado. And the Nats weren't hitting that night. They got beat 4-2. You tip your cap to Jeff Francis and the other guys. And then the 3-inning Heat marathon that didn't last that long at Atlanta. And now this one. Hey, this is the 2nd best batting average and run scoring team in the National League. And they've shown even when they're not at Coors Field, they can do some damage.
Well, this is where if you're Strasburg, you got to go Craig Stammen. And what do I mean by that? Well, Stammen this year, the difference is said, he doesn't worry about how guys got on base. He just worries about the guy in the box and being as good as he can on the next pitch. If you're Strasburg, you can't worry about a couple bloopers falling in. You got to find a way to go to your strikeout stuff. You're at 105 pitches after that one and say, you know what, this is the end right here. I'm going to let it all hang out and try to strike out 2 guys.
Will Nieves takes a strike. He's hit into a couple of double plays this year. That's on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Kinetic will track it for us. Kinetic North America.
Strike percentage after a McCaddy trip up again. It's 2 in a row.
Strasburg got a double play ball last inning to keep it 3-0. And he will come close to a fastball on the inside corner. Carlos Gonzalez flared one to left to start the inning. After Kadire struck out, Tyler Colvin fought one off for his 3rd hit, and then Pacheco blooped one into left center. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a 1-2 count. Bouncing ball, Zimmerman. Home for 1, first for 2. 5-2-3. And now Strasburg makes another big pitch to keep this game within reason. Check it out this weekend. You remember what we said about this time last night? The Nats are hanging around. Haven't scored yet. Only 1 hit. Great pitching, good hitting by the Rockies. But Steven Strasburg has survived 6 innings with a couple of double play balls and giving up just 3 runs. 2 of them earned.
Well, the story's been about 2 guys. Tyler Colvin for the Rockies offense and Drew Pomeranz for the Rockies pitching. I mean, his fastball's been crisp. You see a little hesitation at the top. I think that's been thrown off the hitters all night. The short arm delivery, the fastball's been outstanding. You see all the strikeouts, you see all the late swings. That's because of the late life, the funky release point, and the good arm of Drew Pomeranz. He's thrown 61 pitches tonight. So based on what the Rockies do, their starters, the 4-man rotation, you see the distribution of outs right there. Now, based on how they do their 4-man rotation, that would say that he only has 14 pitches left to get to 75, and then whoever's piggybacking him tonight, the other guy comes in with a 50-pitch count. So you're hanging around. Maybe you get to him right here, maybe you don't, but get that pitch count up to 75. You got a chance.
We'll see who that is at some point in the next 2 innings, but there's no way he can be any better than what the Nats are seeing right now. Danny Espinosa strikeout pop-up 0 for 2 tonight. Top of the order, bottom of the 6th. Target is in. First pitch is right there. He has been handcuffing right-handed batters all night. Danny, in fact, took a little look back at Jim Joyce there.
Well, you know who knows the strike zone better than anybody? The shortstop, the second baseman, and the center fielder, because they're right up the middle. They're looking at it on defense, too. And if you come up to hit and you've been standing out there and you see a pitch that you don't think has been called a strike while you're standing on defense, that's when you see them question an umpire.
Quickly, Pomeranz trying to put away this hitter to start the 6th inning. Espinosa hustling, close play and out. Jordan Pacheco got him. AT&T fact of the game coming on Bryce Harper, who's 1 for 2 tonight and has hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games. 27 extra base hits before the All-Star break. Tony C., a rookie for the Red Sox in 1964, had 31. That's amazing when you consider that Harper didn't even make it to the big leagues until nearly a month had gone by.
About 5 of those extra base hits were singles turned into doubles.
True.
Just by Bryce's hustle.
Nats are getting some help from the Cubbies tonight. 7-2. They lead after 5 in New York. And what a game in Philadelphia. Tim Hudson, Kyle Kendrick, each throwing 4-hit shutouts. No score. Bottom of the 7th in a hitter's ballpark. Harper had a big time rip at a pitch up.
You saw the frustration. He got his pitch and he fouled it back. 94 miles an hour, and that fastball has been jumping on Nationals hitters all night long. Might as well throw double nines up there because that's what they're seeing.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Zimmerman and Morse to follow if the inning gets that far. Harper takes it upstairs.
You know, this is the release point I'm talking about all night long. Watch when he gets his arm up right about there. That's the little short arm delivery, and that's why the ball's getting on these guys to where 93, 94 is looking like 97, 98.
Great at bat by the rookie. He's on for the second time. That'll extend that pitch count a bit. Second pass tonight from Pomerantz. And because he walked a left-handed batter, now he deals with Ryan Zimmerman. Discover Kia's full line of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. FP is shaking in his boots because of Ian Desmond, but after a long, long time, you're still on that list.
That's a big night for Ian tonight. He has a chance to make history.
Champagne on ice. Well, maybe lemonade.
And I'm loose, too, if they need me. I'm ready.
Okay. So what are your recollections of hitting at Coors Field?
Like every other hitter in baseball, I liked it a lot.
Zimmerman 0 for 2. Pop up to first and a fielder's choice grounder. And Pomerantz keeps jamming him pitch after pitch.
It's just a subtle little cutter. It's that short arm stroke that we just showed. But when you talk to the Rockies people that have been around Pomerantz the whole time, they say that cutter, it's hard to see, and it just comes in the last 2 or 3 feet on your hands. You know it, but it's still hard to get the barrel to it.
Zimmerman gets a hold of one, left center field, but he didn't get it. That ball falls short of the track, and when you see something like that, you know that ball is cutting into the trademark very late. 2 outs.
Yeah, that's the difference, Carp. A good swing by Zimmerman, but I'm sure Exmo will show how it, just see how it cutting at the end? So now it's down by the pine tar, and that ball was about an inch away, if it gets barreled, to being in the bullpen in a 3-2 ball game. But that late little cut brought it from the sweet spot in the home run to a routine fly out to left. Good swing, but it was the late action on the fastball that got him.
Here's Michael Morse. Pomerantz about to throw his 73rd pitch. So if the Rockies stay true to their pitching philosophy, and GM Dan O'Dowd said, well, we were out there last week, they are not going to waver. They are committed to this. This would pretty much be it for Drew Pomerantz.
Well, this pitch number 74 coming. That means he has 1 left, and there's nobody up in the Rockies bullpen. What's going on?
Well, I think if it takes him 80 to get through the inning, they'll be okay with that. It's up to Michael Morse to see how long to extend it. And now the count's even 1-1. Quality strikes tonight, or at least very close to them.
Yeah, I thought this was in. Let's check it out. Yeah, I guess if you're going to get that call set up in, Will Nieves, a veteran catcher, he knows Jim Joyce has given that side of the plate all night long. Why not use it?
Joyce setting up on the catcher's left shoulder. And Michael Morse will hit that ball. Routine right field for Kadire. 6 outstanding shutout innings by rookie Drew Pomerantz. It's still 3-0. By W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason? So it's on to the 7th inning now. Steven Strasburg is done for the night after 107 quality pitches, giving up just 2 earned runs. Jeff Francis and Gio Gonzalez tomorrow night. Actually 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a sizzler here. Francis beat the Nats in Colorado last week, and Gio had a pretty good road trip winning his ball games. We'll get you going. Johnny and Ray, 3:30, Nats Extra. So one guy headed to the All-Star game, and by the time Gio gets on the plane Sunday night for Kansas City, he could be a 12-game winner. Tom Gorzolani gets the call, 25th outing of the year. And he owns a 2.73 ERA in his last 20 appearances. And that goes back till the 3rd week of April.
Hey, with the Rockies bullpen up, and it looks like Pomerantz done for the night. It's up to Tom Gorzolani. Matt Belisle getting loose to keep this game right where it's at.
Gorzolani's first pitch goes whizzing right by the hitter. By the way, Drew Pomerantz is on deck. Maybe to bunt if Herrera gets on. If Herrera's retired, maybe they go pinch hitter. We'll see.
Well, Adam LaRoche is leading off the 7th, so maybe that would be his last hitter.
Yeah, it could be a good call. Trying to push it for a hit. That's going to have to be a tag play. Gorzolani gets him. Adam LaRoche had vacated first to chase the bunt. And a great defensive play by Tom Gorzolani.
That's one of the better plays you'll see a pitcher make all season long. Good hustle by Gorzolani getting over there. Good athlete. We all know that. Watch this play. Field the ball. The only shot you have is getting him yourself. The big reach right there. The tumble. That's just a great hustle play by Tom Gorzolani. I mean, that's a fast guy running to first base. He just gets a piece of him right there. Almost caught a cleat in the face. Seen that happen before.
Ooh, cleat almost right across the right forearm, too. Great play. Drew Pomerantz, the hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. So they're stopping the presses in Colorado for tomorrow's Denver Post and Rocky Mountain News. A pitcher about to throw more than 75.
Well, when you talk about his last outing against the Padres, he only gave up 1 run and it was unearned. He only gave up 2 hits in 6 innings. So that plus tonight, I mean, those are back-to-back big-time starts. Especially on a team as hot as the Nationals, to come out here and 1 hit them through 6.
And evidently Matt Belisle is the follow pitcher tonight. Pomerantz is gone and 2 quick outs for Tom Gorzolani.
A good backdoor slider from Gorzolani.
Top of the order, Dexter Fowler 1 for 3.
I think Jim Tracy told his pitcher not to swing the bat. You're going to face 1 more hitter in the bottom of the 7th, and I really don't want you running the bases. There was a conversation between the two before he went up to the plate, and I think that's probably what it was about.
Makes you wonder what happens if it goes 3-2 and there's a ball a foot outside. Would he then take a swing to get off the field? We'll never know, but they got him quickly. And Gorzolani goes to work against Fowler. Drives this one to the scoreboard and out of here. A 4-0 Rocky lead on Dexter Fowler's 11th of the year. And that is big for Colorado.
As we've seen in this ballpark with the heat the way it's been this homestand, that's the jet stream, right center field. Doubles suddenly become homers that way. Good swing by Fowler, letting the ball get deep, had the sound, created tons of backspin. He's done a nice job lately. Used to be a leg kick guy from the right side, but he's keeping that foot close to the ground, getting it down early, making the adjustments, and that's been the difference.
Well, the Rockies 4 runs on 9 hits tonight. And by the way, just to jinx it with 3 innings to go, the Nationals have only been shut out once this year. That was in LA on getaway day. Chris Capuano. A 2-0 game where the Nats only had 4 hits. That was a tough luck loss for Gio Gonzalez, who at the time was 2-1 with that decision. And they were down 5-1 last night. How to play right side off the bat of Marco Scutaro, who's popped up to second. One hopped to Espinosa and hit into a 6-4-3 double play. That will end the inning. But a big swing by Dexter Fowler gives the Rockies, with Strasburg done for the night, a 4-0 lead. Santangelo. You got enough characters on your phone to type out Santangelo? Text that to 29292 for your chance to enter and win a meet and greet with one of the Nats bad boys. No, I'm kidding. Drew Storen. Just 2 more chances to play. And the more you watch Masson, the more chances you'll have to win.
So I'm the word of the day on the guy that's got a one-hitter going. Thanks a lot, guys.
That had to be built hours ago. We want you to know that. There's Chris Nelson in to play third base for the Rockies. Santangelo.
Well, it's time to get your fish out. It's time to get your napkins out. It's about that time.
For the Nats, bottom 7, Adam LaRoche, maybe the last man Pomerantz faces. And then Desmond and Moore against Matt Belisle. We'll see how it all works out. Pitch number 76 on the night, a good one. He's thrown 50 strikes. Adam LaRoche has struck out and popped up to short.
Down by 4 around this time last night. We talked about how the last 9 outs of a baseball game are the toughest to get.
Yeah. And I know down through the years I've watched this game, the 7th inning is very pivotal for some reason. I mean, you don't get to the 9th unless you handle your business earlier than that. And LaRoche will take a strike, and it's 1-2.
See, when the word of the day was carp yesterday, you already had 2 home runs in your back pocket by now.
Wah, 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 wah.
No, I'm just making a point that was good.
I had nothing to do with it. I was as surprised as you were. In fact, I think you might have been in on that. And that's backing out of play as LaRoche stays alive here in the bottom of the 7th.
Davey Johnson looking for some knocks. Rick Eckstein, Randy Knorr, everybody in that dugout thinking about getting a few base runners on there, getting in that Rockies bullpen and see what happens.
One ball and 2 strikes. And LaRoche will lean back from ball 2.
But when you talk about the Rockies plan and having their guys throw 75 pitches, this probably the exception to the rule. But when it's set up like this and they can get to Belisle, a guy with a 1.83 ERA, you know, that's when they have a serious chance.
That's going to call him out on the outside corner. LaRoche looked at the umpire and then walked away. Strikeout number 6. And we'll see how long they let Pomerantz go here. Here comes Jim Tracy. That's a heck of an outing on the road tonight for a rookie. 6 1/3. 1 hit. He walked a couple, struck out 6. And Drew Pomerantz is in line for his first win of the year. He does have 2 big league wins from last year. This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics, and the Rockies love what they saw from their rookie lefty tonight. catcher Drew Pomerantz, outstanding for the Colorado Rockies tonight. Desmond and Moore coming up, and the Nats will be facing veteran right-hander Matt Belisle, who's given up 1 home run in 44 innings this year and a 183 earned run average. How about the strikeout to walk numbers? 37 over 8.
Yeah, 4-pitch guy, fastball, slider, curveball, change. Fastball in the low 90s, got a good slider curveball combo to go with it. Doesn't throw the changeup very often.
90 in there to Ian Desmond, who has a 10-game hitting streak on the line here. It's the 7th inning. He's only batting for the 3rd time. Bouncing ball to second, fly ball to center, and now a drive heading to right center. That ball will be run down by Dexter Fowler. No substitute for speed in this game. And that's 2 outs here in the 7th. Ian made a bid for his 42nd extra base hit.
Run down by Fowler, and he made it look easy. I mean, this was cruise control. Ball hit pretty well by Desmond into the gap. Maybe just a hair off the end, but good enough most of the time to get in that gap for a double. But Fowler just cruising over, long stride, and making that look simple.
And on the Exmo, that slight quiver of the bat keeps it from being up against the scoreboard or out of the park. So here's Tyler Moore, 0 for 2. By the way, that big groan you just heard was from Philadelphia. The Braves just got 5 in the 8th and knocked out Kyle Kendrick. 5-0 Braves over the Phillies, who started the night 13 games behind the Nats. 0-2 to Moore. And Matt Belisle going right to work here. Henry Rodriguez getting up. Would he be ready for the 8th? Orsolani, still the pitcher of record. Carlos Gonzalez is the leadoff man. So maybe Rodriguez against Kadire, then Colvin. Quiet Friday night. Big crowd waiting for something to happen here. By the way, this Colorado staff, and Pomerantz doesn't have a whole lot to do with this, but as a staff, worst ERA in baseball at 5.36. You wouldn't know it tonight. They have shut down the Nats for 7 innings. So right now, it's all about Colorado. And an icy one with the 8th inning coming up. Nationals. Colorado, Gonzalez, Kadire, Colvin coming up. Take the Nats with you everywhere you go if you're out of the market. It's live online on your favorite device, HD quality, MLB.tv. Go to nationals.com for more details and to order MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Crowd of 28,951 on a hot Friday night. A ball club with all the momentum in the world, and it's been shut down through 7 by the Rockies tonight.
A Braves game, 5-0 in Philadelphia. The Phillies have 4 hits. Guess who has 2 of them?
Phillies have 4 hits. I'll say.
I'll let you off the hook, Carp, so to speak. Ryan Howard making his return tonight is 2 for 3.
Always feels great when I get that hook taken out of my mouth as a bottom feeder.
It's kind of a hypothetical question. I didn't mean for you to sit there and ponder the answer for
Well,
5
I knew
minutes.
there had to be a gimmick to the answer, and then it dawned on me maybe he's back, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, making his return tonight, 2 for 3.
That's a ball club that needs him badly. Carlos Gonzalez has walked, scored, singled, and been thrown out of the plate on the front end of a 5-2-3 double play. This could be Tom Gorzolani's final hitter. Henry Rodriguez is not throwing. It's now Ryan Matthews. Gonzalez drills it to center, chasing Harper back, and that's simply over his head. That ball scorched. And Gonzalez has a 2 for 3 night. And that's his 40th extra base hit. He's 1 behind Ian Desmond.
That ball had another gear when it got about halfway out to center field. You talk about staying through a baseball and creating some serious torque and backspin. When this ball got about 15 feet from Bryce Harper, it just took off. We talk all the time up here about late life on a fastball. How about late life on a line drive to straightaway center field?
Well, now looks like the Nats might be stalling a bit. Is Matthews not quite ready?
Yeah, I imagine that's what this conference is all about, trying to get Ryan Matthews a couple more pitches down there.
Maybe waiting for Jim Lett to take off his ball cap and hold it up.
Randy Norris holding his up, Carp, in the dugout right now, so they are trying to communicate with the bullpen, and here comes Davey Johnson.
Yeah, that's usually the is he ready? And then the pitching coach or the bullpen coach raises his cap. Yes, he is. Davey has a double switch in the offing here. So the Rockies are trying to pull away. Steve Lombardozzi is coming on the field. Tyler Moore is running off, and Davey's going further into his bullpen here in the 8th.
On to pitch, nobody out, and just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, the story of the night's been Tyler Colvin. He came in hot hitting, absolutely locked in the second inning. Got a fastball in from Steven Strasburg. Gave his team a 1-0 lead. And how about in the fourth inning, his second time up? On a changeup, he stayed through it, barely got out of the ballpark. Strasburg shaking his head. That gave his team a 3-0 lead. So a big night for Tyler Colvin, the first guy ever to homer twice off Steven Strasburg in the same game.
Steve Lombardozzi takes over in left field for the Nats. Ryan Matthews, the pitcher. And the pitcher spot is now the 7-hole for Washington. And it'll be a right-handed matchup, Ryan Matthews and Michael Kadire.
You see the average from righties, 203. That's why he's in the baseball game. 3-pitch guy, 2-seam fastball, slider split.
Matthews and Kadire got together once in Colorado, and Ryan retired him.
Big inning. You're still one swing away if you're the Nationals. You keep it at 4-0 with 6 outs left. You still got a chance.
94 running inside, ball 2. Carlos Gonzalez, laser of a double over the head of Bryce Harper to start the inning. Had to throw a strike, and he did.
He'll use a 4-seam fastball when he needs to throw a strike. 2-seam fastball in the inner half to try to get a ground ball, but when he absolutely positively needs a strike, he'll go to that 4-seamer, and that was the 2-0 pitch.
And Matthews never saw Gonzalez, who steals third without a pitch to home. Wow.
I mean, he just took off crazy early right here, and if you're Ryan Matthews, you don't look back at him, and you're relying on your middle infielders to say something, and we can't hear up here if anything was said, but by the time he realized it, it was too late. Now Davey Johnson has to bring his infield in and stop the bleeding here with nobody out.
2 balls, 1 strike. When do you ever see a stolen base from second to third when there's no pitch?
Well, that might be a scouting report stolen base right there. You go over stuff in the pre-series meeting, and maybe they know that Ryan Matthews doesn't look back sometimes to second base. He didn't look right there, or maybe he looked early and we didn't have it. But the bottom line is that was the best jump you'll ever see in your life by Carlos Gonzalez.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Kadire tops another one. Tyler Colvin, 3 for 3 tonight, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. By the way, he's 2 for 2 against Ryan Matthews.
Those are good 2-seam fastballs by Matthews. Look at the velocity, 96, boring in on Kadire. And with 2 strikes, that's a tough pitch to elevate. It's also a tough pitch to keep fair. He's trying to get a ground ball to third base right here.
That ball was out over the plate. Kadire no problem in hitting a sac fly to right field. Gonzalez coming home, no chance. 5-0 Colorado. And that run will be charged, his second to Tom Gorzolani. Colorado has come in here and quieted this ballpark right from the top of the second inning tonight. Nats just coming off a sweep of the Giants. They've won 4 straight, 7 of 9, and a team coming in with the worst record in the National League. That's baseball. From night to night, you don't know what's going to happen. The Nats still have 2 innings with which to work at the plate, and that ball's fouled out of play by Tyler Colvin, who got Matthews for a couple of hits in Colorado last week.
You run into a good left-handed pitcher. You spend a lot of energy last night coming back from 4 runs late. And you thought this could happen tonight. You sweep a first-place team. You have a team that comes in 20 games under 500. You see this happen all the time. But I think more than anything, the Nats are ready to play tonight. Drew Pomerantz was outstanding, and I knew it from the first inning. You're watching his fastball, and you're watching the swings that are being taken on the pitch. I mean, that was above average stuff. I don't think the Nats have seen a lefty with that kind of stuff all season long, and that's including Madison Bumgarner, who just pitched a couple days ago. His cutter was one of the best ones I've seen all season, and I'm sure you'll hear a lot of that tonight after the game. And there's nothing worse if you're a big league hitter than having to stand up and give the other guy praise after a game. You hate to do that, but I think on certain nights you have to tip your cap, and tonight was one of those nights. But like you said, long way to go. 6 outs left.
Fastball on 1-2 is upstairs. There's another lefty, Rex Brothers. And that's Flores, Lombardozzi, and Espinosa due up in the 8th. That ball high in the air, deep to right. Michael Morse watching it. And he grabs it right up against the scoreboard. Colvin almost had a 3-home run night.
It didn't have the sound that the first two had, but with the way the ball's been carrying to right field lately, you're wondering if that one was going to carry out of here. Maybe a home run in Colorado, not so much tonight. Another good swing from Tyler Colvin, just got under it. Michael Morse back against the wall. A lot of guys have to jump for that baseball, not the Beast. He just reaches up.
Bases empty, 2 outs, and the first at bat tonight for Chris Nelson. And he will flare one to right, and Michael Morse will grab it as Danny Espinosa pulled up. So Nelson already in the game playing third base. It's the middle of the 8th. Now the Nats are down by 5. Nats have been shut out once in 80 games this year. They've got 6 outs with which to do something about that. And in the 8th, Matt Belisle still on the mound for Colorado. Flores, Lombardozzi, Espinosa. The Nats of tomorrow are on display today down at Fitzner Stadium in Woodbridge, Virginia. For tickets for the Potomac Nationals, 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com.
You see the Nats of today. Chad Tracy down there. Drew Storm going to follow him around for a little bit.
I bet you Jason Worth might get a couple of at-bats down there at some point in a few weeks. Jesus Flores 0 for 1 with a walk. Reached on an error in the 3rd. One of only 4 base runners the Nationals have had tonight. And Belisle misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Henry maybe for the 9th if things don't change here quickly. And Jesus Flores will pop it up. Short center. And there's Jonathan Herrera taking charge all over the field again. Looks like he really took that base hit personally back in the 4th inning. Gio Gonzalez and Jeff Francis tomorrow, 4 o'clock. DC 50 joins us on Sunday for Jordan Zimmerman and Jeremy Guthrie. And then after a 4-day break, the Nationals will open up a 4-game series at Miami. That is a Friday to Monday series commencing 1 week from tonight. Yeah, that'll be Friday the 13th.
Johnny Holiday and I will be laying out by the pool all day in Miami, drinking coconut drinks, coming to the ballpark, and hopefully the roof is open. I don't think we've seen a game with the roof open there, have we?
I don't think so. Not sure I like your chances of that. But I wish you both well.
I will send you a photo of your favorite thing in baseball.
That ball hits off the plate. That's got to be a hit for Lombardozzi. So the Nats have had a bloop to center and a chop off of the plate. And they'll take it.
It all started with an infield single off the bat of Steve Lombardozzi. Right off the plate. Look at that. That's smart hitting, folks. Used the plate, got some hang time. Base runner now for Danny Espinosa.
Stranger things have happened to start rallies, that's for sure. Espinosa 0 for 3 tonight. And that was right-handed. So here's Danny from the left side, and Davey Johnson said today he's shown marked improvement from this side. He's been working on his stroke a lot in the cage. It may not sound very good, but the fact that his left-handed batting average begins with a 2 now is big. He's at 203. It's been a long climb to get over that Mendoza line. Belisle's going to get a high strike call. He could take Espinosa up the ladder after that.
A couple of sliders up in the zone, got the benefit of some high strikes. And that's been the book on Espinosa lately, left-handed. Remember, a couple of weeks ago it was off speed, change-ups away, and now it's been sliders in. Matt Cain hit him with one last night.
Nasty on the breaking ball, Belisle. Second out here in the 8th. Wow, what a hook. You talk about 12 to 6.
Well, there's a reason why his ERA is at where it's at. He's got a 1.77 as we speak. It's that put-out pitch, the put-away pitch, the curveball. That was a dirty one.
Jim Tracy working his pitching staff to his liking tonight, the way these guys are throwing. They'll go with the lefty here in a moment with Bryce Harper coming in. A runner aboard and 2 outs in the 8th. And remember, your Washington area Lexus dealers donate $200 every time a National hits a home run this season. And there have been 87 of those. $200 to the Children's National Medical Center. Bryce Harper's had a good night, base hit, no walk. And he faces left-hander Rex Brothers, 24 years of age. And the Nats saw a little bit of him last week in Colorado. They saw pretty much the entire Colorado bullpen during that crazy series. And Bryce Harper is 0 for 1 against him.
44 strikeouts in 30 2/3 innings. Why? Because he has a big fastball. It averages 96 miles an hour. Pretty good slider to go with it.
Out of Lipscomb University, drafted. That's where their pitching coach, Bo McLaughlin, came from. One of their pitching coaches. And that's up and into Bryce Harper. Nats fans waiting for that one swing that'll change the look of the scoreboard. Will Nieves got hurt on that ball?
He got something in his eye.
Oh, okay. Oh, we can see it.
I think you can see it.
Yeah, it looked like a speck in that left eye.
It's a bug. Bug in the eye. Bug in the windshield. Get some eye wash. Squirt it in there. I mean, that was half a bottle of eye wash. I guess you got to get after it when you got a bug in your eye.
Oh, boy. We've had a napkin, a carp, and maybe a bug.
He goes deep. We got a bug.
Rally blank. You just fill it in based on what happens here from night to night. You never know what's going to ignite this exciting, opportunistic ball club.
It's a new game. Napkin, carp, bug. Napkin beats carp. Carp beats bug. Bug beats napkin.
Let's hope Harper beats Brothers. That's over but low, 2-0.
The patience from Bryce lately has been nice. He's getting deep into at-bats, and we said last night, the deeper he goes, the more pitches he sees, the better the at-bats become.
Braves have closed out that 5-0 win at Philadelphia. Tim Hudson with the win. He's 7-4. 2-0 pitch. Harper out of play. Wouldn't you love to see Ryan Zimmerman bat with 2 men on? Or after Harper circles the bases. That ball lashed out to center, and it'll be caught. And again, Dexter Fowler flying all over the outfield tonight. The Nats have stranded 5, and it's a 5-0 game into the 9th. Well, from the get-go, and Tyler Colvin teaming up with Drew Pomerantz, it's been all Rockies tonight. Ninth inning rolls around. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Henry Rodriguez, another dose of work here. He gave up a hit, had a strikeout, pitched a scoreless eighth inning last night that kept the ball game 5-4, so the Nats could pull off their heroics in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, one of the unsung heroes from last night came in throwing strikes, did a nice job with the fastball curveball change combination. Had 2 or 3 fastballs that hit 101.
Yeah, including the last one of his inning. That was cool. It's all about staying tight with his approach and getting the ball near home plate. The Cubs have added another run in New York, top of the 8th, 8-3, and they have the bases loaded with 1 out. So they're on the verge of blowing out the Mets if they haven't already.
I'm telling you, those come from behind wins, those walk-off wins. As a player, you spend tons of energy on those. It's tough to come back and do it again the next night. They did it last night, so did the Nats.
Right in there from Rodriguez to Will Nieves. Will is 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, couple of ground balls, one of them the 5-2-3 double play that kept this a 3-0 game. Steven Strasburg's final pitch back in the 6th. .100.
If he comes in tomorrow on that 4 o'clock start and he can throw the temperature, then we're on to something, because it's supposed to be 106.
Well, I don't know if they'd pitch him 3 days in a row, but that would be something to watch. And the other game involving a divisional club, it's the bottom of the 5th at St. Louis. Cardinals 1, Marlins 0 behind Ricky Nolasco. That's a late swing. And the count 2-2 here, top 9. Pesky shortstop Jonathan Herrera, good defense. 2 hits on deck. Rockies, by the way, are trying to win only their 14th road game of the year. They are 13-26, a .333 percentage team away from Coors Field, and they're only 5-11 against the East. But tonight has been their night. Breaking ball, filthy, 1 out.
Not fair. You throw 99, you throw 100, then you drop this hammer in there with 2 strikes, 85 miles an hour. Look at that thing spin. You create some kind of spin. It takes arm strength and arm speed to throw that hammer.
Nobody warming up in the Colorado bullpen at the moment. Another $37 for the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. Washington area Toyota dealers donate that to NIH every time the Nats pitchers strike out a hitter. Shortstop Herrera, and then the pitcher spot is next. Right now they have Dexter Fowler on deck, I suppose, because somebody's supposed to be on deck, but he's in the hole.
He's ready. He's having some kind of night at the plate, but just closing the book on Drew Pomerantz, when you're talking about a pitcher having success in Coors Field, he fits the mold. A power lefty, didn't throw many curveballs tonight, and power plays in Coors Field. That's a guy I don't think is going to be fazed by altitude at all. He had good stuff.
Yeah, even there you've got to kind of center the ball to hit it out. Espinosa takes care of that, 2 down. So Brothers will be the hitter here. As I mentioned, Rocky's not warming up anybody, so Rex Brothers, the left-handed pitcher, will get his first at-bat of the year. Henry Rodriguez is trying to get another 1-2-3 inning, get him back on the mound, facing live hitters, late game situations. The count is 2-1.
Jim Tracy with a 5-run lead, able to not use his closer tonight, Rafael Betancourt. That's why you see Brothers up right now. He's going to let him try and finish the game.
That is a high strike, and it's 2-2. The thing I've liked so far that I've seen from Henry Rodriguez, FP, he looks free and easy. He's not looking maximum effort out there. Well, and that's so big for him to stay inside those mechanics.
Well, that could have been a changeup at 94.
There's 97 right down the middle, and see ya to the opposing pitcher. Going to the bottom of the ninth. The Nats down by 5. Zimmerman, Morse, and LaRoche straight ahead.
But also at home. Johnny Holiday along with Ray Knight. Stick around. We're going to have our Nats Extra post-game show, as always presented by WB Mason. And boy, Colorado threw some young pitcher at the Nats tonight, didn't they?
Drew Pomeranz from Ole Miss University threw the fastball 95 at times. Johnny spotted it inside. And, you know, I don't recall this season a left-hander throwing as often inside to our hitters, and he was pinpointing that ball right in there.
Well, the fans were in it last night. You can hear behind us. They're in it tonight. Let's go back to Bob and FP upstairs for the bottom of the ninth.
Thank you, gentlemen. Crowd hungry for some action here. First order of business, get a guy on base, get a couple of hits, and then get in that scoring column and take it from there. Rex Brothers this year has been on the mound for 4 games finished, whether the Rockies were ahead or behind by wide margins. And he retired Harper on that line drive. He'll face Zimmerman, Morris, and LaRoche here, bottom 9. You know, it's a good thing, FP, when you're really not used to situations like this. It's not a good feeling. Hasn't happened in a while, and you don't want it to happen to your ball club. So 3 outs to go, and we'll see what transpires here.
And over the course of 162 games, this won't be the last time this happens. It's just part of a schedule. Like I said, you trade last night for tonight, it's all the same, right? I mean, they weren't supposed to win that game last night. They came back, they scratched and clawed, had a walk-off win. You think, okay, Strasburg versus a team that's 20 games under, count that one, but that's why you play the games. And like I've said about 800 times tonight, it takes a lot of energy. Number 1, to play in the heat, and number 2, to come from behind like they did last night. It's not a video game.
1-0 to Ryan Zimmerman, 0 for 3 tonight. 96. Tonight's Colorado pitching staff, a far cry from what the Nats saw at Coors Field last week, with the exception of Game 1, which they won 4-2 there. That's like a 1-0 game anywhere else. Zimmerman cranks this one. See you later. So they get more than a runner aboard. They get one circling the bases on Ryan's 8th of the year.
Well, the last time up, we showed the cutter from Pomeranz just off the barrel of Zimmerman. He flied out to left field. He just missed a home run. That one from Brothers didn't cut. Fastball right down the middle, and that's the difference. That one stayed on the barrel. The late life from the Pomeranz cutter didn't. One's a home run, one's an out. You see that? Right on the sweet spot. And all of a sudden, there goes the shutout.
Here comes Michael Morse, Ryan Zimmerman's 136th career homer. And Morse will take ball one upstairs. The Nats' 88th of the year.
I think that swing right there tells everybody watching how good the first lefty was tonight.
Yep, you are right on with that. Morse taking a big cut.
I mean, as a hitter, Carp, you face a guy like Al Leiter, and that's the comparison I've been using tonight with Pomeranz, and then the ball's cutting in on you. You can't keep it fair all night long. He's breaking bats, and then you get a guy that throws it straight, and it looks like a beach ball because that's what you're used to hitting. Now the ball's straight, even if it's 95, 96, it looks a lot bigger.
Michael Morse jammed again, fights it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball bounces. Rockies are now warming up their closer, Rafael Betancourt. The Nats would have to get at least 2 more men on for this to become a save situation. Jim Tracy might not wait that long. And Morse fights off another.
Pretty good hacks right now from the Beast, just missing him.
Morse cranks one to right. That ball carrying. It will one-hop the wall. Digging for 2. And the Nats put extra base hits back to back.
The crowd been waiting for something to cheer about all night long, and they got it. Ryan Zimmerman with a home run to get everybody going, and Michael Morse following it up with a double. How about that at bat? Battle, battle, battle. Foul ball's off. Get something out over the plate, square it up. I'm telling you, you got that feeling in the dugout. Been there, done it. It's only a matter of time. The Nationals waiting pretty late tonight. But there's guys right now in white uniforms in the first base dugout saying, here we go again, boys. Michael Morse nodding. He says yes.
Well, nobody out. And the thing keeping Brothers in the game right now, one of the things, the scoreboard, it's still only 5-1, but it's a lefty-lefty matchup with Adam LaRoche. Ian Desmond is on deck. And if LaRoche would get aboard, the tying run would come to the on-deck circle, becoming a save situation. Keep in mind Desmond next, and then the Nats have the pitcher spot after that. Adam trying to stay with that breaking ball, and 0-2.
That didn't look like it felt too good to Adam LaRoche. Benton fastball got the slider. And I saw him take a long walk around the dirt around home plate after a swing and a miss earlier in the game.
Oh-2 pitch again. LaRoche. That's going to be a base hit to right field. Bo Porter has to hold Michael Morse. They overshoot the cutoff man, and suddenly this becomes a save situation. Still nobody out.
Another good at-bat, this time by Adam LaRoche.
Here comes Jim Tracy.
His good buddy Luke Bryan in town today, took batting practice with the team. Adam trying to get his boy a base hit. He just did it right there.
And when you think back on the Bryce Harper line drive in the 8th, Rex Brothers did nothing to fool the Nationals in his 4-batter appearance tonight. Betancourt coming in, Nats still alive. For keeping this inning going, nobody out.
A pretty good at-bat by LaRoche again. I think that might have been the only fastball he saw in the sequence. A couple of sliders before that, 2-strike count. Fight to get your hands inside the baseball. First and third for the Nats here in the bottom of the 9th. Game on.
Nobody out, and Rafael Betancourt takes the mound for the Rockies. And tune in to the Nats Extra postgame show presented by WB Mason when this one is over. Johnny and Ray out in left field about 500 feet from us, anticipating something big in progress here in the bottom of the 9th. So Desmond is the next hitter. Bernardina for the pitcher after him. And Roger Bernardina represents the tying run in a 5-1 game. Again, Ian Desmond almost doubled last time. Fowler ran down his drive to the scoreboard, and Ian has a 10-game hitting streak on the line right now. He's not worried about that. He wants to keep this inning going for his ball club.
We'll face a guy with 13 saves in Betancourt. 3-pitch guy, fastball, curveball, change. Fastball in the low 90s.
He has blown 4 saves on the year. LaRoche goes to first on the first pitch.
Well, that's a thank you very much.
Yeah, because the Rockies could really use a double play ball here, couldn't they?
Yes. With Ian Desmond right now, you're down by 4, but that takes any thought of a ground ball away. Obviously, you're looking for something to drive in this situation, but You get a base hit, you're just one run closer.
No balls and one strike as Betancourt gets ahead. Desmond 1 for 3 career against him. He looks at another strike.
Well, that one was serious paint on the outer half. Fastball 94 miles an hour. And now Desmond's going to have to battle.
Ian Desmond struck out in the 9th inning a week ago Monday against Betancourt, who saved that 4-2 win. There's Roger Bernardina on deck to hit for the pitcher. Target away. Desmond had a good rip as Betancourt did not have that ball on the outer part.
Yeah, early in the count with a hot hitter like Desmond, that mistake. Desmond probably hits that mistake. Late in the count, 2-strike battle mode, and just fouling it off, trying to get another pitch.
Nobody out, bottom of the 9th. A run home, 2 men aboard. Lives to fight another pitch.
Well, he was going to go out there and maybe talk to Betancourt. No, he threw him another baseball, went out there, said something to him about halfway to the mound, but
you know, he's getting a lot of plate with those 2-strike pitches.
That's what I was going to say. Those are 2 0-2 mistakes right down the middle.
Ian Desmond's brother-in-law, Josh Renicky, throwing now for the Rockies. Ian homered off him last week, trying to do something here against Betancourt. And he threw it by him on a pitch tailing to the inside part, 1 out. And here comes Roger Bernardina.
A big first out right there for the Rockies. Jim Tracy and Betancourt. Challenge fastball in the inner half once again. Pitches away from location. I think Ian Desmond might have just foul tipped that with a look back right there, seeing if Nieves held on, and he did.
The Sharks are going crazy. Their guys in the batter's box. Roger as a pinch hitter this year, an RBI. He's 4 for 14.
He has a bunt to third base if he wants it. The Nats need base runners. It's a good play right here.
Yeah. How about a base hit if the ball gets down, but it won't. And it's caught by Gonzalez. You can't hit it any harder. And Roger Bernardina makes the second out. The Nats have hit some scorchers tonight, and the Rockies have been there. One of his better swings of the year. Unrewarded. And now it's up to Jesus Flores.
They get tons of high fives. He goes back to the dugout. This is a good at-bat. Once again, Bernardina off the bench with a quality at-bat. You can't hit a ball any harder. You thought it might drop. You see the helicopter finish up top, but just too much hang time. He hit it too hard.
Jesus Flores is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight.
No need to tag up on that play, down by 4 runs.
Nationals 2 hits all night, 3 here in the 9th. And a strike to Jesus Flores. He will lift one in the air. And the Rockies are 1 catch away from winning game 1 of this series. They've got it. The Nats put up a great fight tonight.
And they battled, they fought, they did everything you could late in the game. You got to tip your hat sometimes to a good pitcher. Chalk that one up to a nice performance by a couple of guys from the Rockies. Tyler Colvin with a big day, and Drew Pomerantz got the job done. Sleep fast, get him tomorrow.
The Nats' 4-game winning streak is over. They still have won 7 of their last 10. So for FP Santangelo and Christina Acra and our entire Masson crew, Bob Carpenter, it's the Nats behind Gio Gonzalez and the Rockies behind Jeff Francis. Nats Extra, 3:30 tomorrow, first pitch at 4:05. This has been a Masson presentation. Coming up next, Nats Extra, brought to you by W.B. Mason. The Nats fought hard tonight. They fall to the Rockies. And from the booth, so long for just a while.